Hi students, very good morning to all. So, we are seeing the electrostatic potential and capacitance, the second chapter. So, this is the last part of this chapter. So, today itself we are finishing this chapter. So, here we are going to see capacitors in series and parallel connection. So, if the capacitors are used in electrical and electronic circuits, so what will be the effect of capacitor for the total circuit when they are connected in series and parallel? First, series connection. Here we are taking the three capacitors C1, C2, C3 whose values are capacitances and they are connected in series manner. So, the power supply applied to this connection is V by the battery. So, this voltage is divided into each capacitor. So, for capacitor C1, potential difference between two plates is V1, and for C2 it is V2 and this is V3. So, if positive terminal is connected to the plate, that terminal occurs the positive charge and the other plate will occur negative charge. So, simultaneously all plates will occur the charges. Here the charge will be the same. In the series connection, the charges on the plates always same. Here the charge on the one plate is Q, another plate is minus Q, the total charge of the capacitor will be 0, but we have to take any one of the charge of the plate. So, the charge on the plate C1 equal to Q and it will be the same, only potential differences V1, V2, V3 will vary. So, total potential difference, so total voltage can be written as V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So, this is in series connection, but Q is the same on the all plates. So, we can write, we know the formula for V. So, Q equal to CV, where we know the formula capacitance equal to Q by V, already we have seen in the previous part. Capacitance of a capacitor equal to Q by V, where Q is the charge on the either plate and V is the potential difference between the two plates. So, the same time C is independent of Q and V. So, this is the formula. So, we can write, so this can be taken into this triangular form. So, we can easily memorize this, Q equal to CV or C equal to Q by V, or if you take V equal to Q by C. So, in this way we can memorize and we can make the changes. So, here Q is equal to CV finally. So, you apply here V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So, for V equal to Q by C. So, Q by C1 for capacitor 1 C1. So, V2 can be written as Q by C2 and V3 can be written as Q by C3, because there are three different capacitors, but charges on the plates will be same. So, we can write this. So, V equal to Q by C1 plus Q by C2 plus Q by C3. So, also in general the potential difference of total circuit can be written as Q by C, the same general formula V equal to Q by C. So, we can write Q by C equal to, Q is taken outside from the right side. So, remaining will be 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So, Q get cancelled. So, 1 by CS, here this is the capacitance in the series connection, that is the effective capacitance of the three capacitors which are in series connection. So, 1 by CS which is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So, this is the final, the effective capacitance of the entire circuit, the connection of C1, C2, C3. So, if n number of capacitors are connected in series, so we can write 1 by CS equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 and so on, we can write 1 by Cn. So, if you take only two capacitors C1 and C2 only, so the formula will be no 1 by C3, so only 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2, taking the LCM and converting into reciprocals, we can obtain CS. Here 1 by CS equal to taking LCM C1 plus C2 by C1 C2. So, taking reciprocal we will get CS, the effective capacitance of the two capacitors. CS equal to, we can write C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So, this is in series connection. So, in the series connection, simply by taking reciprocal of the effective resistance capacitance equal to the reciprocals of the individual capacitances. But the same way if you connect in the resistors that we are going to see in the third chapter, for the resistors it will be simply adding the resistors, but capacitors we are taking the reciprocals. So, this is the formula. Now, we move to capacitors in the parallel connection. So, here 3 capacitors are connected in parallel. So, now potentially will be the same among the all 3 capacitors, that is potential difference between 3 capacitors V1, V2, V3 will be same. So, we can take it as V. So, potential will be same, potential difference will be same, but the charges on each plate will be different. Here charge is Q1 and here charge equal to Q2 and here charge equal to Q3. So, this is C1, C2, C3. So, in parallel connection Q equal to total charge of the 3 capacitors, Q equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So, for entire circuit Q can be written as, we say the formula we know Q CV. So, we can write, remember this formula, Q is equal to CV. So, here we can write CV equal to, here Q1 can be written as C1V and Q2 equal to C2V, Q3 equal to C3V. Here C1, C2, C3 vary, V will be the same along the 3 capacitors. So, V is taken outside. So, remaining will be written like this. So, here VV get cancelled. So, remaining will be CP, that is effective capacitance in the parallel connection of 3 capacitors. So, we can write remaining will be C1 plus C2 plus C3. So, simply we can add the all capacitors to get the effective capacitance. So, in order to connect more number of n number of capacitors, the same the effective capacitance will be Cp equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3 and so on up to Cn. So, in this way we can connect the formula in the parallel connection. So, in parallel connection simply adding the individual resistors, but in the series connection we are taking the reciprocals. The reciprocal of the effective resistance will be the reciprocal of the individual capacitors. Sorry, the effective capacitance of the circuit equal to the individual reciprocals of the capacitors. So, next part is energy stored in the capacitors. Energy stored, that is energy in between the 2 plates for the capacitors. Here what do you mean by energy? We already know that energy is simply the work done. If you do work, that work is stored as the energy, potential energy. Here electrostatic potential energy is stored in between the 2 plates. So, for that we have to do some work, then only we can obtain the energy. So, here the energy is calculated as, if you move the positive charge from one plate to another plate, so we need to do work, that work is here called energy stored in the capacitors. So, consider the 2 plates. So, initially both are uncharged and after charging the charges will be, the plate will be Q and minus Q. So, to obtain this we have to move the charges from one plate to another plate, from the conductor 2 to conductor 1 bit by bit. So, increasingly adding the small charges from conductor 2 to conductor 1. So, for that we have to take work, that work done to be calculated here. So, that is called the energy. So, finally, we can obtain the total charge in the both plates. So, here the initially a small work is done to move a small charge from the plate 2 to plate 1. Here positive charge is moved from the negative plate to positive plate. So, that small work done is taken as dW. So, we can write W is equal to VQ, we know the formula, or W equal to VQ. So, we can make the triangle and easily we can write W is equal to VQ, or V is equal to W by Q, or Q is equal to W by V. Here we need W is equal to V dQ, dW equal to V into dQ. So, also V equal to, we know the formula, C equal to Q is equal to CV. So, V equal to Q by C we know. So, substituting this we can obtain, and integrating the small work we can obtain the total work. So, integral dW equal to integrate from initial point is 0 charge and we make finally Q charge on the plates. So, integral 0 to Q, substituting this value is Q by C into dQ. So, integrating the dW we get W, total work done to move all charges and make the plates Q and minus Q. So, if you C is constant, taking outside 1 by C, only integrate the Q with respect to dQ. So, integrating Q we can obtain Q squared by 2. So, applying the limits 0 to Q. So, finally we get Q squared by 2C, only Q squared by 2C. So, this is the work done for moving the charges from negative plate to positive plate from initial to final position. So, this energy is stored as the energy of the capacitor. So, this is the formula for energy of the capacitor. So, we can write this is potential energy, it is equal to the work done equal to U equal to Q squared by 2C. So, also we can make the changes in the formula. We know Q is equal to CV. So, if you put Q is equal to CV, the C squared V squared is there. So, 1 C cancelled. So, remaining will be 1 by 2 CV squared. And also if we here 1 by 2 CV squared. So, we know the formula for C is equal to Q by V. So, if you put Q by V, V and 1 V is cancelled, remaining will be 1 by 2 QV. So, all three formulas will be same. So, main thing is initially you take this Q squared by 2C. If you want to remember, the potential energy of the capacitor is equal to Q squared by 2C only. After that we can change it the formula as we want, whenever needed. So, this is the formula, U is equal to Q squared by 2C. So, this is the energy of the capacitors. Next, energy density. Next, energy density. We know density means everything per unit volume. So, here energy density means density per unit volume of the capacitor. So, we know the capacitor, that is parallel plate capacitor. So, this is the area of the plate. The area on both plates will be same and the distance of separation will be D. So, the volume of the capacitor means A into D. So, area is equal to volume equal to area into distance A into D. So, energy density can be written as small u. Energy of the capacitor is capital U, here energy density is small u. So, can be written as equal to, you know the formula, energy per unit volume. So, energy is taken as Q squared by 2C, previous session we obtained, and area equal to unit volume AD. So, substituting Q equal to, we know the formula. So, here Q squared by 2C is putting on denominator. So, we can write 2C AD. So, also Q is equal to CV. So, Q squared equal to C squared V squared. So, 1C, so we can C squared V squared, also here C is there. So, C squared get cancelled. So, only CV squared by 2A into D. So, already we know the formula, capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor equal to epsilon naught A by D. C equal to Q by V is one of the formula, and for parallel plate capacitor epsilon naught A by D, and putting the C value here epsilon naught A by D. So, epsilon naught A V squared by D into 2A into D. So, and also we know the V, voltage or potential difference equal to electric field into D, E into D. So, for V squared, E squared into D squared substituted. So, in the numerator D squared is there, and in denominator also D into D squared is there. So, both are get cancelled. So, remaining will be 1 by 2 epsilon naught, here A get cancelled, and remaining 1 by 2 epsilon naught E squared. So, this is the energy density of the capacitor, U equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught E squared. It is a very important formula. Students, we can conclude the formula for easy understanding purpose. We know this first unit, electrostatics, we have seen the electrostatic field and charges, also electrostatic potential and capacitance. So comparing the four formula we can remember easily. So first thing is the electrostatic force, Coulomb force we know, the F equal to the force between two charges can be written as K is equal to Q1 Q2 by R12 square. So the two charges Q1 Q2 and the distance between the two charges will be R12. So here K equal to, we know the formula, K equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, whose value is 9 into 10 power 9. So similar way, electric field formula E equal to force by charge. So force experienced by a unit positive charge is the electric field. So E equal to F by Q. F is here. So simply by dividing a charge Q. So one charge here Q1 Q2 divided by Q, 1 Q will be cancelled. So remaining will be K into Q by R squared. So if you know the definition or formula, simple formula, we can obtain this formula. So here K into Q1 Q2 by R12 square. So dividing by Q, only K into Q1 Q by R squared. So only one charge is there, and electric field at any point whose distance is R from the origin, that is R, distance between the charge and the considering point. So electric field at the point is considered. So K into Q by R squared. So third one is the electrostatic potential, V. Formula is E into dl, where E is the electric field, dl is the distance moving. So it is also equal to R. So we can write E, the formula is K equal to Q by R squared into L, dl or dr. So 1 R, here R will be cancelled. So remaining will be K Q by R. So this is the easy way to remember, K Q by R. So the fourth one is the potential energy or work done. Simply work done is stored as potential energy. So W is equal to, we know the formula VQ. So substituting the value V, K into Q by R, so we can obtain here 1 Q and another Q is there. So totally we can write Q1 Q2, because potential energy between two charges Q1 Q2 and the distance between is R12. So we can write W is equal to, or potential energy equal to, simply U equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R12. So comparing these four formula, here K into Q1 Q2 by R squared, here Q by R squared, here Q by R and Q1 Q2 by R. So compare these four formulae and easily you remember any one. So after that, capacitance. So using the triangular form, QCV, C equal to Q by V. So ultimately, so you take the linear formula, Q is equal to CV, V equal to IR, like that. Okay, Q is equal to CV, so Q CV, and also V equal to Q by C, or C is equal to Q by V. So this is the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor, whose area is A and distance of separation is D. So C equal to epsilon naught A by D. So this is in normal case. If you consider the dielectric medium between the two plates, so the formula changed, the capacitance of the dielectric medium inserted equal to epsilon naught Ka by D. So where K is the permittivity or dielectric constant of the medium which is inserted between the two plates. So it is written as epsilon naught by epsilon. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, epsilon is the permittivity of the inserted medium. So this is very important formula also. So after that, potential energy of the capacitor, U equal to Q squared by 2C, and energy density equal to small u equal to half epsilon naught E squared. So these are the very important formulae which are used to solve the numericals. So easily remember these formulae. We have finished the second chapter. So students, we have seen the electrostatic potential due to the single charge and due to the system of two charges and due to the dipole. The same time, the potential energy of single charge, two charges and also dipole. So after that, equipotential surfaces and electrostatics of conductors and capacitors in series and parallel, and energy. So by using various formula, we can do the numericals, and students, you just go through the entire chapter and study well. So, we have the MCQ test. So, get ready by studying thoroughly, you can able to attend the MCQ test within 1 or 2 days. We should have, so be ready. Thank you, students.